Why is Africa poor or underdeveloped? Part 1. Good governance is gaining grounds in Africa, but unfortunately, it is happening at snail's pace. African leaders are becoming democratic and are showing more respect for human rights, but politics has taken the place of humanity. There are several problems that inhibit the growth of Africa. Some of these are Africa's compulsive habits of killing its own to climb the economic ladder, the tendency to bring down other fellows, inability to build businesses, poor attitude towards work, exploiting others without guilt or shame, frequent demeans, intimidations, bullies, or belittling others, lack of empathy, national narcissism, lack of patriotism, and so on, inhibits the growth of Africa. The voices of the intellectuals are missing. Academia is quiet and the media is now conveying more political propaganda. It appears to me that the culture of silence has returned. This time, not enforced by legal and military power, but through convenience, parochialism, hypocrisy, and lack of conviction. Projecting Western culture instead of projecting Africa's value. The fundamental rule is to keep money within one's racial group. And so the Jews build Jewish businesses, they hide the Jewish, buy Jewish, and spend Jewish. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is a basic rule Africans cannot comprehend and follow. Most Africans kill their fellow instead of wanting to see them succeed. African leaders steal from their people and send the money back to their colonial masters from whom they borrow the same money. Most successful Africans want to spend their money in the country of their colonial masters. They go for holidays abroad, they buy houses abroad, they go for medical treatments abroad, send their children to school abroad, etc., instead of spending the money in their country to benefit their people. Jews' money exchange hands so many times before leaving their community. Whilst with Africans, it is probably a maximum of once or zero. Small percentage of Africans' money goes back in their community. This is why Africans are at the bottom of every economic ladder. Now, instead of buying designer wares, expensive cars, houses, and so on abroad, Africans could actually industrialize Africa by building hospitals, houses, schools, and banks, and getting rid of colonial institutions by putting them out of business. Africans need to look inward and take responsibilities. Unite and fervently fight corrupt leaders. Nepotism and cronyism. Nepotism and cronyism can be considered as a part of the national culture in Africa. Nepotism robs the nation's skilled workers. The intervention of nepotism and cronyism in the process of recruitment and employment of the staff in the public sector institutions results in the presence of non-qualified staff who do not have the ability and competence to do the job duties assigned to them, which leads to a general weakness in the level of performance, which reflects negatively on the satisfaction of citizens as consumers of government services. Using nepotism and cronyism in employment process is unethical behavior. Nepotism and cronyism have negative economic repercussions, both at the level of the national economy or the per capita income level, because the salaries paid to staff recruited through them is considered as a burden on the state treasury. Nepotism and cronyism are reasons of administrative corruption in Africa. As a result of nepotism and cronyism, most employees work haphazardly and hence waste resources and investors' money. Misappropriation and embezzlement. Most African leaders or politicians are involved in politics due to narcissism. So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "We need leaders not in love with money, but in love with justice. Not in love with publicity, but in love with humanity." Misplaced priority. Developmental projects are abandoned as a result of misplaced priority. Frequent change of government in the absence of national agenda in most African countries. The estimated $35 million Commander Sugar Factory in Ghana has been abandoned and it is gradually rusting away as a result of misplaced priority. It is estimated that Ghana is totally dependent on imported sugar worth millions of dollars to feed beverages and manufacturing industries and for domestic use. Meanwhile, the inauguration of the Commander Sugar Factory will provide direct and indirect jobs to an estimated 7,300 number of people, hence reduce the rate of unemployment and social vices. Africa must set national goals without delay and stop getting distracted by things that has nothing to do with its goals, because it can't do big things if it is distracted by small things. Focusing on one's priority helps one do something, but distraction makes one avoid doing anything.